Welcome to Ask Grandma Carol. Today I have a question from Scarlett who asks, where does the sun hide at night? That's a great question, Scarlett. And where does the moon hide during the day? The sun is a star, the only one we can see during the day, and we can't see it at night. Where does the sun hide at night? Actually, it doesn't hide. It's always at a fixed place in our solar system. It's always shining down, providing light to Earth. The Earth's movement is what makes it seem like the sun is hiding. You see, the Earth is spinning on its axis like a toy top. It takes 24 hours for it to make a complete spin. When the sun isn't providing light where we live, it's providing light to other parts of our planet. When it's noon in New York City and the sun is overhead, it is midnight in the Philippines, halfway around the world. When it's noon in the Philippines, it's midnight in New York City. We have devised a system of time with 24 time zones to deal with the 24 hours it takes the Earth to make one complete spin. The sun appears to hide, to rise and set, because of the Earth's spinning or rotation on its axis. This spinning gives us nighttime and the opportunity to sleep and get energy to perform well the next day. You've heard of sunrise and sunset? There is also moonrise and moonset. The time of moonrise and moonset changes throughout the month depending on where the moon is in space. The moon spins or rotates on its axis, just like the Earth. But it takes the moon a whole month to make one full spin. The time it takes the moon to rotate on its axis is the same amount of time it takes to complete one trip around the Earth. That's why we always see the same side of the moon. As the moon goes around the Earth, sunlight bounces off the moon and toward the Earth. The moon's light is reflected sunlight. The sun and moon appear to be about the same size, don't they? But the sun is actually 400 times larger than the moon. How can that be? It's because the sun is also 400 times farther away from Earth than the moon. We see the moon most clearly at night, but it can often be seen during the day. The moon is above the horizon about half the time, which makes this possible. When the moon is close to the sun in the sky, the sun is too bright for us to see the moon. As it moves farther away, this becomes possible. Both the sun and moon sometimes appear to be orange or almost red. This happens when they are close to the horizon. Light has to travel farther through the Earth's atmosphere at these times. The shorter blue wavelengths scatter away before light gets close to Earth. We see the longer orange and red wavelengths. Do you have a question for Grandma Carol? Email me at askgrandmacarol@yahoo.com. Yours just might be one of the questions I answer on the show. And don't forget to give this episode a thumbs up and subscribe to be notified when new Ask Grandma Carol videos come out.